Hello everyone, welcome to another session with Talisman Digital Edition, still in a pre-release state on Steam, but some stuff has been added and some other stuff has been refined since the last time we were here, and I haven't been playing Talisman as much recently, so it's time for a return. Let's plunge into a new game. Now, as usual, we're going to be against the AI here. I have actually played online a bit, now that it has an online mode, with one of my friends, but there's a certain sort of bugginess to the online where it kicks you out of games and does all kinds of weird-ass stuff that means it's not really practical to play it online at the moment. So I'm not going to dabble with that until all of that stuff is actually sorted out, probably for the final release. You'll notice at the bottom here we've got click to purchase. There's some kind of expansion pack, which I haven't bought, but I'm thinking about it, toying with the idea. I feel, instinctively I feel like it's a little bit cheeky to be selling an expansion pack for a game that's not finished yet. I feel like sort out the online stuff and finish the game before you start releasing DLC for it. So, I don't know, it rubs me the wrong way a little bit, but for now we're going to ignore that. I might pick it up at some point, but for now, no. I'm going to go with classic rules. You can easily turn these on and off now. Classic rules off there, and classic rules on. And what that is some stuff that I've mentioned in previous videos, where the way the rules were set up for the board game, at least the second edition, which I'm familiar with, was that everyone picked a random character, and if your character was knocked out, then you could come back in as a different randomly selected character, and a few other things like that. That's kind of the version that I'm accustomed to playing. I mean, not that there's a problem with the non-classic rules version, but I'm going with classic. That's enough waffle for me, let's just plunge in. Yes, overwrite my save. Also, based on the release notes that the developer put up when they updated the game a couple of times, they have improved the AI, so you shouldn't see the little shopping dance that we've seen AI characters doing in the past, where they go, that space has stuff on it, go over there, drop some things, wait, that space has stuff on it. That kind of thing. And according to those update notes, the AI will actually make more of an effort to get into the inner region once someone else is in there. So we'll see how this goes. First up, though, let's see which character we are. We're the Thief. So, our abilities here are, you can take one object or gold from any character you land on. You don't have to attack them, you can just take it, because, you're a thief. There's also a Master Thief character in the Talisman City expansion, but I don't know if that's something they're going to bring in here. Additionally, the expansions I'm familiar with are from the second edition. There were at least 4 editions of Talisman, so they all had their own expansions and things. Anyway, whenever you visit the market day, or village, you can take a card of your choice from the purchase deck. And we start in the city, and we're neutral. We start off with 1 gold, only 2 fate points, which is a bit of a drawback, and very middling strength and craft. And we're going to be up against goals. What are goals? Huh, that's interesting. That's new. After each completed game, you'll earn experience based on your performance. I don't think you actually unlock anything. I think it's purely for bragging rights, but yeah, that's nice. Sort of in-game achievements of a sort. Okay, so we're up against the dwarf, who's got the same strength and craft stats as we have, but more lives and a lot more fate points. And of course he's safe in crags and that kind of stuff. The ghoul, who has low strength, high craft, and a few interesting powers. He can raise enemies from the dead. And the assassin, whose main thing is that he can assassinate people when landing on them, which can be a big concern. He can wipe out other players pretty effectively. So let's roll. 6. It's a good roll. Or not such a good roll, because it means we have to go corner to corner. We don't really have any benefit from going to the chapel, because we're neutral. We can heal up to our total life value at the cost of 1 gold each, but obviously we haven't lost any lives yet. So, let's have a look at the tavern. I mean, that's basically the only other option, so let's go there and see what we roll up. If you've watched the previous playthroughs of this, then you'll have some idea of how the tavern works and things. I'm not going to go into too much detail with all of that. So, we need to roll. Okay, the game froze there for a few seconds, which was a little odd, but we're back now. So, let's roll for the tavern. 3. Gamble and lose 1 gold. My only gold, you bastard tavern. What are you doing? Why are you gambling with your only gold, thief? That's irresponsible. Alright, next up, dwarf. What's he doing? And we actually get zoomed in on the character who's moving now. That's new. We used to just watch them from sort of the board overview perspective. He's drawn a fight with a hobgoblin and rolled a 6, which is pretty good. Yeah, you killed that hobgoblin. Obviously, I shouldn't be rooting for the dwarf, really. He is my foe. I'm more concerned about the assassin, though. I mean, if any character needs to go down pretty quickly, it's the assassin. Oh! Remember that I still haven't got a mule in any of my attempts at Talisman yet. It's one of the most useful items, and I never find the thing. Is it just me, or have the character models changed? I feel like they have. Alright. Strength 5 should do the ghoul in pretty handily. Yeah, there we go. Kick his ass. Unfortunately, that does mean that the bloated, beardy ogre is going to remain on that space. So we may actually have to deal with him at some point. So, yeah, I kind of zoomed out there because it looks like we get this up-close action perspective now, which is fine, but I do like being able to see the whole board. Nostalgia, if nothing else. Okay, so we've got a 4. Where's that taking us? We've got forest where we have to roll a die. That's not ideal. Or the hills. Just draw a card. So let's do that. Look at those enticing, adventure-filled caves there in the hills. Okay. Oh, wild boar. At least it's only strength 1. The thief should be able to tackle this. Come on then. Let's do it. Alright. Ooh, 3. Not great. Yes, enough tutorial messages. Oh, okay, it's a draw. I could use a fate point to re-roll, but we only have 2, so I'm actually just going to take the draw. I mean, I'm not too worried about a strength 1 enemy remaining there for the rest of the game. Notice, if you look at the ghoul down in the bottom left, his life points are actually marked in red now. That 3 is red. Presumably to indicate that it's lower than the starting value. That's a touch that's been added. Where's he going through the magic portal? He's going to the temple. Actually moving into the middle region, but remember the temple is a pretty dangerous place. And he's been given a talisman! Oh, damn it! So one character's got a mule, one's got a talisman. We're just getting our asses handed to us here. Okay, bandit. He should be able to tackle that, I think. Although he doesn't get to assassinate it. Yeah, he put it down. Damn it! Alright. And the ghoul remains. Okay, woods, and he's drawn hobgoblin. A lot of hobgoblins around today, actually. I've noticed while playing online that additional cards have been added since the last time I recorded, which is nice. Including some cards I actually don't remember, so they might be ones that were new in later versions of Talisman. Okay, let's move on. A 1, but that's fine. It's not actually a bad roll. The question is, do I want to go to the fields and draw a card, or do I want to take the magic portal? I think just go to the field. Apologies if that zooming in and out gives anyone motion sickness. Let's draw. An axe. That's actually a good find. It's one of the better items in the game because, firstly, it serves as a weapon to aid you in combat, and it allows you to build a raft, so you can cross this river at will, basically. That mobility between the outer and middle regions is definitely a big deal when you're playing Talisman. So, what have we got? Roll of 6. Yeah, pretty much routine movements. Good roll. Everyone seems to be getting good rolls today. Except the ghoul, I guess. He did badly. Looking at the alignments of the characters, it looks like we've got 2 neutrals, me and the dwarf, And 2 evils, the ghoul and the assassin. We've actually got no good characters today, which is an interesting turn of events. Oh, Orb of Knowledge is a good item. The raft, of course, can be used to cross into the middle region, but it can only be used once, and it has to be used immediately. So he might choose to discard it. Okay, 6 is going to take us to one of these draw card spaces. I'm tempted to go over to that one on the right, but that takes us unsettlingly close to the assassin. So, although, yeah, remember with a thief, if we land on someone's space, we can actually steal from them. Obviously that's not a concern this turn, but it is something to bear in mind. Let's go over here to these fields with a cosy little farmhouse and draw a card. Oh, the Poltergeist. One of the less good followers in the game. A Poltergeist has attached itself to you. You must take it as a follower. Its only effect is to slow your movement to 1 space per turn. You can only rid yourself of it by crossing the river, either by bridge, raft or ferry. It's actually not a terrible follower. I mean, obviously it slows you down, and it means that at times you can find yourself stepping onto dangerous spaces against your will. But there are times when moving a space at a time, 1 space each turn, is actually advantageous. If you're trying to get to a particular space to, say, pick up a talisman or get to the city and do something there. Something of that nature. Okay, so the dwarf actually lost to a dragon. Dragon is a tough draw. I mean, strength 7, this early on in the game, when no one's really had time to build up their stats at all, it's a rough draw. Bag of gold is easy, of course. What's the ghoul doing next? Ooh, the temple. So he did actually use that raft he found. And he's re-rolled. I think he gained a craft. Little bastard. Crafty. Okay, so we can't roll now because we're stuck with the poltergeist. So we have to go either to the chapel or to, what's that, crags? Yeah. I mean, the chapel doesn't actually benefit us, but the crags are potentially actually hazardous. The question, potentially, is which way is going to be quickest to get rid of the poltergeist. I mean, we have to go over either one of these river branches, top left by the city, or bottom right by the village, or, of course, across the main river in the middle here, which we can do by building a raft without axe, but we need to get to the woods first. I think, is that a forest? No, that's woods, so we could go there. And that's also woods. What about that? That one's the forest. That looks a lot like the woods space over here. That's a little confusing. Yeah, so what's that? 1, 2, 3 spaces up the left. 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces along the bottom. Okay, I'm going to actually go up and risk the crags in an attempt to get to either the woods or a tributary of the river more quickly. And if we roll luckily in the crags, then we can actually gain 1 strength by being led out by a barbarian. So let's risk it. Come on, give me a 6. 4. Well, at least we're safe, so that's alright. We didn't gain, but we didn't lose anything either. So at this point, we actually have 2 characters down 1 life. We have... What happened there? Oh, okay. We have the dwarf down 1 life and the ghoul down 1 life as well. The assassin is still worryingly unassailable. And the dwarf loses another life there. Not much of a fighter. No, he spent a fate point to reroll. He seems to have a real wealth of fate points, which is good for him, not so good for people who want to see him killed. All in the spirit of fun board games, you understand. Die, dwarf, die! Alright, what's he doing? So he's gone to the village, stopped by the mystic, and gain a spell! Oh, you little bastard. That's surprising, actually, because from the basic rules set, you need to have a craft of 4, I think, to take a spell. 1 spell at craft 4. and then 2 spells at craft 5. Is that it? It's something like that, anyway. So I'm a little surprised that he got a spell there, but never mind. Maybe I'm remembering incorrectly. Anyway, back to our turn. Okay. So we'll just continue trudging along here. Pass by this guy standing dramatically on top of a rock. He's always there. Get a proper hobby. Okay. A gnome. So that's another follower. We only need to roll 1 die when opening the Portal of Power by craft. 2 dice in the mines, which are way in the inner region. Don't need to roll a die in the crags. Would have been useful a minute ago. And we can evade creatures and other characters in the hills. Actually a pretty good follower. And unlike the witch follower, or what is she called? The hag. Unlike the hag follower, the poltergeist, although slightly detrimental, doesn't prevent us taking other followers. The hag does do that. If you pick up the hag, then basically you have to take her if you encounter her. And she immediately costs you all your other followers, and no other followers will join you for as long as you have her. Basically, everyone is just repelled by this shriveled old woman, which seems a little harsh if you ask me. I don't know if she hurls abuse at people as they approach you to be your follower. Okay, armour. So he's getting some pretty good draws, actually. I think the assassin was the one who got a mule, and now he's got armour as well. Oh! I just remembered. We can actually steal from places of retail, can't we? Yeah, the market day, or village. So if we find ourselves in the village, we can actually nick from the blacksmith there. Need to remember that, because that's actually a very potentially useful ability. You can use your axe here to cross the river. Do we want to do that? Do we? Well, apparently we don't have that option. Even though it just gave us a message saying that we can, it's not giving us the choice, so we'll just draw a card and hope for the best. Phantom. The Phantom will haunt this space until it is granted the first evil character to visit it one of the following wishes of their choice, whereupon it will vanish. Well, we're not evil, so unfortunately it's just going to sit there until either the assassin or the ghoul happens by. Don't be such a snob, evil snob. Alright. The dwarf isn't doing tremendously well, so, oh, the temple, brave move. I mean, the temple is generally bad, but he did gain a strength there. Yeah, that means the dwarf and the ghoul have both been gaining stat points of one sort or another. Okay, the assassin is going to take out the ghoul, or he's going to try with his assassination. I forget exactly how his assassination ability works. Let's have a look. Your victim may not roll a die to add to their strength. Well, apparently the assassin actually didn't use his assassinate ability there, which seems like a bizarre choice. Shrine. Okay, remains there for the rest of the game. The ghoul was ignored, though. In your face, ghoul. Okay. Yeah, since we... Ah, okay, so we can use the axe now to cross the river. Let's do that. Let's use our axe. And then use object. Get the raft. What, did that take a whole turn? I'm pretty sure that's not how it worked in the original board game. Oh well. Never mind, that's fine. Okay. So he's found a bag of gold. And he's on the space that we're most likely going to cross to when we sail across in our raft. Which means we could actually nick something from him if he has anything worth nicking. I think he only has one object at the moment, and that's a talisman. Which isn't really a priority at this early stage, but it does at least mean he would no longer have one if we nick it. So, he's gone to the city, gone to the Enchantress, and gained a spell. What is with all these spell gainings today? Alright. Yeah, maybe I was remembering the whole spell thing incorrectly. I just used the... Oh, I have to select the raft to use it. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'm incorrectly remembering the spell statistic stuff. It could be one spell at craft 3, 2 spells at craft 4 to 5, and 3 spells at craft 6. That might be what I'm thinking of. Alright, so let's travel to that space. And do you want to encounter the character or the space? Any creatures you fight here add 2 to their attack rolls. So you know what? Let's encounter the character and steal... Oh, we could steal gold from him. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, I don't... Yeah, no, let's take the Talisman. Just debilitate him a bit. Not that he was an imminent threat. If anything, he's the least imminent threat. But still, that seems like a strategic play of sorts. He loves that temple. Ooh, 2. Lose 2 lives. But re-rolls it as a 6, which is gain 1 strength. The complete asshat. I think that is the Holy Lance, which the assassin wouldn't be able to pick up because he's evil. But we could, because even a neutral character can use that lance. You don't have to be good, you just have to not be evil, if memory serves. Ghoul is targeting a player with his spell. Mesmerism. Not sure what Mesmerism does. Okay, it allows him to nick an item, it seems. Okay. Oh, take 1 follower. Oh, the mule's a follower, of course. I was thinking it was an object. But there we go. So, he nicked the mule, which is indeed one of the best things you can get in the game. Allows you to double your carrying capacity. So, it's back to our turn now. Oh, the desert is not a good choice. You draw a card, but you also lose a life. But the alternative is more runes, where any creatures we fight will add 2 to their attack rolls. But I still think it's better than a guaranteed loss of life in the desert. At least we have a chance. Magic Stream. 4 strength points found here. You may drink at the stream once per visit. Increase your strength by taking 1 strength from the stream. When all 4 have been taken, the stream just dries up. So, let's do that. Encounter it, and take 1 strength. So we're now up to strength 4. Which isn't, incredibly high strength, but it does give us that little bit more chance in a fight, if we ever have a fight. Bear in mind also that we have an axe, which will add 1 to our strength in combat, so we have an effective strength of 5 when it comes to scrapping, which actually isn't terrible. I mean, it would at least give us a fighting chance against even something like a dragon. We wouldn't realistically have much of a chance against the Sentinel, though. I think that guy's strength's 9. Ooh, okay. That was close, but the assassin did win. And he's going to trade in his trophies for a strength bonus. Good call. The ghoul's been boozing it in the local tavern. And now he's going to go through the magic portal. And come out at the village. Kind of a waste of a portal if you ask me, but fine, whatever. Suit yourself. That's probably a good play, actually. Pay to get some lives back. And we are going to go... where? Well, back to the other rooms, or the hills where we just draw a card. Let's do that. And stand by these rather dramatic lion statues, which are actually kind of like the statues at the end of the Britannia Bridge, not far from where I live. If anyone has ever seen it. Oh, God. Alright. Well, at least we didn't have any gold to lose, but I always get a sinking feeling whenever I see the raiders. I seem to remember that in the 2nd edition, the raiders also stole all your gear. Your items and stuff. Which is probably why I reacted with disproportionate dismay there. Right. Dwarf made the logical choice. Magical Vortex. Ha! Doesn't affect me because I didn't have any magic, but it did strip the assassin of his magical abilities. And frankly, it's about time something started going against him. He's kind of been on a roll. Okay. What are you going to do, ghoul? That village looks very much like a village that would have a tavern in it, but the tavern is way out on its own on the far side of the world. Is it the only tavern? And why is it just on its own with nothing else around? Strange world, Talisman land. Alright, what's this? Castle. Oh, yeah, okay. You can heal your lives at 1 gold each. Or for free if you've got the prince or princess following you, but we haven't, so there'd be no point. We could go to the runes and steal from him, but he doesn't have anything to steal. Could try to attack him, but he has higher strength than we do. Although we would be equal, considering our axe, before someone points that out in the comments. But I don't know whether any creatures you fight here add 2 would include him. I actually don't particularly want to be in the middle region anyway. I only came over here to get rid of the poltergeist. So let's go back into the outer region and go to this shrine thing. And what are we going to get? 1! Oh! We've been getting all the shitty rolls. It's tempting to use a fate point to re-roll that, but I would rather save that for a close combat or something like that. So, let's move on. Where's he off to? The Oasis. Good call, actually. You get to draw 2 cards, I think. All characters except those who are evil will lose a turn. Oh! The assassin's alignment changed. When did that happen? I completely missed that. The assassin is actually good now. I'm not sure exactly what constitutes a good assassin. Morally good assassin. But there you go. Alright. Okay. So we've basically got draw a card or draw a card. Well, I might want to go and steal from the village, so let's head roughly in that direction by going to these woods. Dragon. Arse. Okay, well, time to put to the test my earlier proclamation that we at least have a fighting chance against the dragon. This is exactly the sort of situation that I was holding on to fate points for. Hey, I've just noticed that the thief is actually clutching a talisman as he's sprinting away there. That's a nice touch. Okay, so let's roll. 5 is pretty good. 6 is better, obviously. And even if we spend a fate point to re-roll, we wouldn't be able to win there, so... It didn't even give us the option, probably wisely. Of course, one of the major drawbacks of that turn of events is that the dragon is going to sit there on that space until someone kills it. I think that lance gives you a bonus, an extra bonus against dragons. I think it gives you a bonus of 1 in normal combat and 3 against dragons. So hopefully the dwarf takes it upon himself to battle that dragon with his new shiny lance. What's he going to do? Yeah, go and fight the strength 1 boar. Fair enough. I think we haven't actually won a combat yet. We drew against the boar and we lost against the dragon. I think that's the only combat our thief has seen today. Alright. Let's roll. I'm trying to get to the village here. And we've overshot it a little bit, naturally. Let's go down and draw a card. Hope for the best. Lemure. Craft 1 isn't so bad. But, you know, he still has the ability to kill us. And we don't have the advantage of any weapons, so we're 3 against 1 here. Not great. But we did at least win. Finally, we win a fight. By a very narrow margin against something with the lowest possible combat ability. Well, that'll do it for this turn. Oh, the dwarf can go to the village. You bastard. Flaunting your village-entering abilities in our covetous faces. Alright, what's the assassin up to? Probably some assassination, but some morally positive assassination. 2, village. Everyone is mocking me by going to the village. Oh, no. Damn you all to hell. And he gained something from that. What was it? Craft point, I think. Everyone's gaining all the stuff. I'm starting to feel like this is going to be a tough game. Alright. Well, it's the start of our turn again, but we're going to continue that the next time round. Thanks for watching me continue to Let's Play Talisman Digital Edition in Early Access on Steam. As always, useful links will be below. And thanks for watching, and come back next time to see how this admittedly not very positive looking game turns out the next time round. So until then, bye for now.